What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we are back with another extinction video for you guys. And today we will be taking a look at base spot locations that we recommend to you guys. Now we're looking at this at both a PvE and PvP based format, so we've got a little bit of everything for everyone. But if you guys find yourselves not liking the spots that I've selected, just to know, it is based off my opinion. If you guys have other base spots that you guys recommend, make sure to leave them down below in the comments so that other people can see them and take heed of them. Alrighty, and also this is in no particular order as well. So the first base spot that we have currently selected is in the underground forest. This location is at 1030, which you can see on the map here is pretty much on the right edge of the map. Now we've picked this area because it's not obviously the greatest flat amount of area, but there is a decent amount of area around here that you can actually use to build a base. Now you can obviously clear out these boulders and everything like that, the trees as well, and then over here you can pretty much set yourselves up with a behemoth gate sticking right against out here. We have tried it and it did work, so you can put behemoth gates out there and you can set little turret towers over here as well. That'll help you assist in the defense of your base, even like Velenosaurs. Plus as well, you can see that there's not foundations, but like spires, I guess you could call them, out the front here that actually allow you to set up turrets as well as Velenosaurs that can help you defend your base. Now, a really good perk about this bit is that nothing can get to you from above. You can see here that it's all pretty much well enclosed. The only really way to get into it from above is to come down this way, you can see there, and pretty much fly in from over here. But if you build your base up with your turrets, then you should be all sweet, to be honest. Like, I recommend this spot just over here. From what I've been able to see, this spot here is a really decent spot to take a base to, and you've got yourself a decent amount of water, and I have seen beavers spawn in this little pond before, so you've pretty much got yourself instant access to cementing paste. Now, as well as that, you also have metal nodes here. They spawn on this side of the little lake, and there's an explorer node as well if you feel like getting a little bit excitable with your XP gain. So guys, the only downside that I've seen so far to this area is there are quite a few Troodons. That's the only downside I've seen. Even if you don't decide to build on that side, you can still build on this side. Like, there's still quite a solid amount of space for you to take a good chunk of this land. As well as that, you can then stick some behemoth gates on this side as well to defend from your enemies. Now, you could potentially stick behemoth gates along the skirting of the little cliff face. I probably wouldn't recommend it because then your turrets aren't going to have a real clear line of sight. But you could still stick turret towers on these rocks and everything like that, which would make things a lot helpful for you in the long run. So guys, this is the first base spot that we have chosen, and you'll notice that no corruption creatures can get to you from here. Yay! Not even kited ones, because this is so far away from the actual sunken forest entryway that people won't be able to kite any corrupted creatures down here. So guys, this is the first base spot that we've kind of discovered and decided to put in a video. So let's move on to the next ones. Alrighty guys, now one final note we want to make just about this place quickly is that if you ever feel the need to do the Forest Titan as well, the cave is conveniently located just around the corner from your base. Now this could be a double-edged sword because you'll obviously have people coming through here, so they might potentially spot your base, but the Forest Titan's cave to get his artifact and actually summon him is just through there. So it's rather a good thing because pretty much that means that whenever the Forest Titan isn't active, you can always just go in there and activate him and then bring him out and either tame him or kill him. So that could work to your advantage, but it could also work to your disadvantage. So do take note of that. Alrighty guys, now the next base spot is located just outside of the Sunken Forest. You can see down there, that is the Sunken Forest. This place here is actually full of like flat areas where you can actually build a base. Now the real good thing about this spot is that it is high up. So no corruption creatures can actually get to you unless they're kited and they're flying. So like wyverns and pteranodons, they're the only things that can really get up here in terms of corruption dinos. So you save yourselves a lot of stress by building up here on a high spot because then people can't kite them towards you. As you guys are probably aware now, corrupted dinos are ridiculous and they are really well versed in draining your turret bullets because they've just got a lot of health and there's so many of them. But along here there's plenty of space for you to build up a base, plenty of flat areas you can build along here. You can even build along this plateau down here. This place down here is probably my #1 spot for this area, so like across this whole slab of rock. I would probably build here because it's the flattest of the lot, which means you can expand out more. Now, with the introduction of the Pokeballs, you don't really need to worry about dino storage anymore because you can store your dinos in the Pokeballs and move them how you wish. Now, this base spot location is located at 3029. You can see there, and we'll just show you on the map quickly. So it's just there. Like, it's a nice spot. I like it. In terms of prettiness, well, there's nothing really pretty about it, but if there are any orbital drops that come down, you will know about them because you'll see them from out here. Now, another really good thing about this is that you're located near some red trees as well as the blue trees, which actually give you blue crystallized sap and red crystallized sap, which will come in handy for building items and whatnot. As well as that, there are plenty of metal nodes that spawn around here in the area, so you will be all sweet for metal nodes as well. And you can see down here there's just a ton of trees and everything for you to gather. There's tons of resources in the area. Like I said, there are tons of metal nodes. If you give me a sec, I'll actually find them for you and show you. You can see here there are some metal nodes here just around the corner. You can see there is the giant slab above us. So you've got plenty of metal nodes here. There's tons of them on the floor. As well as that, you've also got a city beacon just here. So if you ever want to go about building your scouts or your enforcers or swapping over element dust to element, you can do so here. So it's a pretty decent spot. I quite like it. Like I said, you've got access to the Sunken Forest as well, which is just down here. A simple jump and you'll pretty much be in the Sunken Forest. So guys, this base spot is #2 on this list. Let's move on to the next one. Now, the next spot that we've chosen is these, what are they called? The Sweeping Spires. Now, the reason for this is, once again, the Extinction dinos. There's no real, well, there is a visible way, but there is an easier way to avoid fighting the Extinction dinos by being up here. The areas up here are nice and flat, and there's more chance of any dinos coming to attack you of actually falling off the edge, as you can see. It's really difficult to kite extinction creatures up here, the corrupted ones. You can see there is a little bit of a path over there and you're able to walk them over here. But good luck getting the corruption creatures to actually navigate this bit of terrain without falling off. Their turn radius is horrible as wild dinos, so good luck with that. Now there's this area here which I quite like, this bit right here, where you can build along. There's plenty of space for a base as well as plenty of turrets. And like I said, dino storage is non-existent for this mode because you've got the cryopods. Now, if you're not happy with that little spot there, you can choose to build over here as well, which is pretty much the same spot. But the highlight of this area is definitely further over this way. You've got this nice big sweeping area just here, which is actually a lot harder to get any dinos up here by foot because they've obviously got more of the sweeping spires and there's not as many areas to kite them onto. But you can see there is a little bit of a bridge there, but other than that, that is it. There are still plenty of spots over here to build a base on. You can see you've got these spots here. You've got metal nodes as well that spawn around this area, as well as everything else. So it's a pretty neat spot to go about building in, and it's high up, which is definitely something that you want. A, to cope with the corrupted creatures, and B, to cope with any other players that feel like coming in to raid you. You limit their means of raiding you by bringing in height to the advantage, so there's less chance of them being able to, I guess, soak your turrets as well as get close. This spot here is the #1 spot I would recommend to build on if you choose to build in the Sweeping Spires. The terrain is a little bit slopey, but it is manageable to build a base on here. Now, the coordinates for this spot are 8144. You can see here on the map, it's pretty much just this lower bottom section. All of this is the Sweeping Spires, so you can potentially build anywhere in this area, and I would definitely recommend building in here. The only downside that I've actually foreseen is the heat. It gets rather hot in this area, so do be careful if you do plan to build here. Make sure that you bring plenty of decent ghillie along with you so you can actually cope with it. But other than that, there's not really much else to say. You're protected from the corrupted land dinos anyway. As for the flies, it's a lot harder to kite them up there, and enemy dinos also find it harder to get up there. So guys, hopefully this spot helps you out a bit. Now guys, the next spot is right up here in the sanctuary area. You've got this nice flat surface where you can easily place a decent sized base down. You can see here, you've got quite a bit of room here. So there's plenty of space for storage, there's plenty of space for defenses as well as the dinos, because obviously you've got the Pokeballs now. Now this area is located at 48.5, 43.4, and it's located on the map just a little bit out of the center of the sanctuary. So this place here is rather good. Now, if you're not happy with just this little section, you can actually go around to the other side, and there is a little bit of another ledge over there. We'll just bring you over there quickly, but you can easily turn some of the platforms into traps. So for example, here you could probably turn this into an RG trap, and so on and so forth. Now, like I was saying, there is another little ledge, and that little ledge is over here. Now, once again, you guys can probably see the recurring theme here. Height is amazing in this game, because the higher you get, the further you are away from all the corrupted creatures, and the further away you are from all other enemy players. You could easily turn this section here into a dino trap, set this up here as another base area, or even dino storage. Not that I would recommend doing so, because you've got the cryopods now, so it doesn't really matter all too much about dino storage, but this is just on the other side of the giant spire. And it's a definitely noteworthy place to build a base here. You've got plenty of flat, I repeat, flat ground here to build a nice even-sized base as well. So it all comes down to how you want to go about doing it. And then if you've got either a snow owl or a monagama, you can simply dive down to the sanctuary area to go about getting your resources or anything else really. And like I said, if you want, you can easily come around to this side, use this as your main base area, and set up that other area over there for whatever the heck you feel like it. It's all entirely up to you guys. So that's another base spot done. Let's move on to the next one. Now, this next spot, guys, is a little bit further out from that last spot we just showed you. This one is a viable base spot. However, you'd probably want to be on the smaller side of tribe size, because you can see here it is still nice and flat. Plenty of space for you to build your base defenses and everything like that, and store your dinos. But it is a lot smaller than those other areas. You can, however, use that area down there to turn it into dino traps, and you've also got this little area here in front of you as well, where you can actually probably turn this into a base if you wanted to as well, or set up turret towers or anything like that. Now, this space is located at 50.6, 34.7, and whoop, here it is on the map, just on the edge. You can actually see the green obelisk on the other side of this. Now, those other two spots we showed you were just over there. You can see them up there on the tower. Let's get our monagama back to us. Okay, well, bye then, I guess. We just lost our monagama. Like I was saying, the green ob is just over here, but you've still got this area down here as well. And for RGs or snow owls or anything like that, you can kite them back here and trap them. You've got flat surfaces here as well. There's another area you could use as well. You know, you're not limited to where you could build, and you could easily set up turret towers that go up to defend this area here as well. So guys, it's all up to you how you want to go about doing it. And you've also got your beaver dams and metal nodes spawning in down here as well. Now guys, one other final base spot is located in the desert here. There isn't really too many high ridges. There's another ridge down there, obviously, that you can see that you can build on. But yeah, we just didn't really like it. There wasn't really all that much flat space to build there. And we've decided to pick this spot here at 86.75 because it's relatively flat. It is high up. It is one of the higher points in the desert biome. And it's still flat. You've still got a base like overlooking things, so you'll see if people come this direction or anything like that. But we were going to originally select that position down there where that beam is, but it's too open for my liking, and there's still like height over you, which is something that you don't want in Ark, because people can just rain hell upon you from above. So this spot here is probably the highest overlooking spot where you could probably build a decent base, and I definitely recommend it. There's metal nodes here, there are metal nodes down the bottom there, as well as other things, and you wouldn't run out of things to do over here. So guys, just another location in the desert. We tried to cover every biome, and I think we've managed to do that now. So guys, go on to the final spot and let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Alrighty guys, so the final base spot that we've kind of deemed worthy, we've wanted to try and do a base spot for every biome. We've got that sunken forest one. We couldn't really find any decent ones in the desert. There are a lot of high ridges and stuff like that, but we weren't really a fan of them. This last base spot is in the snow biome. You can see here, obviously everything is snowy. Now this spot is located at, there you go, you can see there, 22.8, 67.7. There it is there on the map. In terms of defense, it's okay, I guess, because you've got this ledge here. So any oncoming attackers you'll actually see coming from that direction. There is no chance of corrupted dinos getting to you because obviously you're in the snow biome, so you know they're not going to get in here. Now you can wall off this section of the area with a behemoth gate or something like that and still have all this area at the back here available for your base. There are metal nodes as well in the area, obviously because it's the ice biome, and there's plenty of green gems, and you're still not too far from the outside world. You can see just where those are, where these cluster things are, that is where you go to get back out into the wasteland. We were originally looking at building on this area here, but there's really not that much space, and we were then checking out this spot here, and yeah, well, you can kind of see that it's not really going to work because the terrain isn't really rigid, unless of course you want to go about using pillars and ceilings, which by all means go ahead if you feel like it. But yeah, we couldn't really find any other spots other than those ones there. So guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. I haven't really been able to find any other base spots that are video worthy. So guys, if you actually know where any good base spots are in general, just let me know down below in the comments. Let those that come to watch the video know as well, so they can actually get that information. But yeah guys, that'll pretty much conclude this video. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe down below for more. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.